you doing?
This is Scott, the morning producer for our news.
How are you?
Noticeable finally, and it all has to do with this system that's affecting the Carolinas. We were dealing with it over the last couple of days, but finally now it has pulled away. Hurricane Center's watching it. It is taking on characteristics just like a tropical storm, but on the backside of this, it's ripping down that nice cool air from Tennessee and Kentucky, and it has given us lower humidities, and it's our first real break, honestly, for the summertime months to give us a chance at lower humidities and nicer temperatures. So as you watch us wrap around and almost take on that definition of a tropical system on the satellite, we're also watching this feature out here. We talked about it earlier in the week. Likely go straight northward, but technically we could have Kyle and Laura at the same time. Neither one really a huge player in giving us any bad weather. In fact, we've got the good stuff. 67 degrees in Orlando. Want to pull in a friend of mine from the west coast of Florida for the 7-day forecast. Management said, you know, Jim, you got to quit acting up or else somebody's going to come in and put the Smackdown on you. Edge, good to see you. How are you,
man?
Not
too bad. This is actually fun to see this whole weather thing.
Isn't this wild?
I wanted to give Atlanta an uppercut. I'm never been a fan of it.
Well, and people say because I got big ears, I cover up Georgia. So if you don't, if you give it a go ahead and give it a. You want to give us a? In fact, this was you know, last time we hung out. Last time Edge and I hung out, you know, and I was smiling through it because I've got a high tolerance for pain.
No effect whatsoever.
Isn't that awesome? Well, you know, and I tried to grow my hair out a while back like yours, but they didn't want it. No, they threw me off the air. So they said,
big old really beard.
You want to do the 7-day forecast for everybody in Central Florida?
Everybody in Central Florida. Thursday. No, wait. Wednesday. Tuesday. Where am I starting? Thursday.
Yep.
It'll be 86. Friday, 86. A low of 66. Saturday, a high of 88. A low of 67. Sunday, a high of 89. Getting a little warm. Dropping down to 69 at night. Be careful, folks. That's when you get colds. Monday, 85, 74. Tuesday, 86. A low of 73, which is very nice for sleeping. Wednesday, 87. A low of 74.
You hired.
Who needs
you know, should you not want to do the entertainment thing?
Yeah, we don't need him now. Seriously.
I'm just saying. Hey, I'll go with the smoke and the lights and throwing people around. If you want to switch for a couple days, we're fine with that. Look at this. By the way, I'm also wearing like 5-inch heels today, just so I'm just
pretty tall drink of water, actually.
Yeah. Well, it was in the water.
Did you have a tall drink of water?
Oh, we got to do our weather, baby, real quick. Abby Hernandez out of Orlando. We do this every day. We feature our children in Central Florida. Out of Orange County. Thank you, Hernandez family, for getting us this cool picture. Hit the morning section of myfoxorlando.com and you can submit your weather baby pictures. Coming up in just a couple minutes, in all seriousness, we're going to be talking to Edge, why he's in Central Florida today, and some cool things coming to your television here real soon.
3, 2, 1. 102 Jams, Orlando's official #1 for hip hop and R&B with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. What's going on? Ricky Padilla holding you down. Jamming 7 at 7. It's popping right now. You already know how we do. And I got a special guest in the building. Let them know your name, Ed. Tell them what you're about, my man.
Radar superstar. I think that says it all right there. But I don't got as much energy as that, though. Even with a coffee this big, I don't got that much energy.
Wow, I see you in the ring, though. I see you in the ring.
See, I get it out there.
Okay,
yeah, that's where I get all my energy out, and then I get back here and I'm just ready to go surfing or something.
Wow, that's what you like to do on your side?
Yeah, not around Florida as much, but yeah, just real laid back. You know, I get to vent all my frustrations and be a dick on TV, so I don't have to be in the back.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So talk to me a little bit about this. I understand here in Orlando we have 2 different channels. You guys are switching a different channel right now?
Yeah, we're switching to My 65.
Okay.
So SmackDown's going to My 65, and starting October 3rd, we're showing like a WrestleMania highlights package, which happened at the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
they charged me like $400 for a ticket.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, no, I had a good time.
No, it was a fun show too.
Yeah, it was.
And it was a good time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. No doubt. We're hanging out with superstar WWE's own Edge. He's not going nowhere. You know who we are. Orlando's official #1 for hip hop and R&B. It's 102 Jams. 102 Jams, Orlando's official #1 for hip hop and R&B with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You know how it's going down. Real major. We got superstar WWE's own Edge in the building, still hanging out with us. So, all right. We all. Here's the question.
Here we go.
Yeah, you already know I gotta ask something like this. We'll say this: are those punches and stuff like that? Do you really feel them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always there. You know, I've always said, yeah, what we do is it's entertainment, but if I'm getting Batista bombed by a guy like Batista,
Yeah, that's a big
there's
dude.
some torque on that, man. And I mean, he's 6'4", 290.
Uh-huh.
I wish there was a way that I could get hit by a guy like that and not have it hurt.
Makes sense.
Man, it just, there's contact and I mean, you're body to body, man. Stuff like that, it's hard to, I wish there was
Takes
a
a
way.
toll.
It does.
Yeah, I
it takes
bet.
a big toll.
Now, how long have you been in the WWE for?
I've been with WWE going into my 11th year now.
Wow.
You know, so I've been there a while.
Yeah,
you know.
tag team titles, all kinds of stuff, right?
Pretty much everything now.
Yeah.
Once I was really proud once I made past the decade mark because I was like, man, you stick around here for 10 years and you must be doing something okay anyway.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Jamming 7 at 7 popping off. Edge is in the building. It's going down. 102 Jams. Talk about? You having
I'm right
Laid
now. I'm on
back.
vacation. So.
and they got you coming around here? Or you say you happen to be in Orlando?
No, well, I'm live in Tampa, so it was like
Do me a
this
favor.
was the one thing I had, and I was like waiting to plan my trips and stuff around this. So I was like, I leave Saturday.
Well, at least you're not salty about it. Cool.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
know.
do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Steve Harvey Morning Show, Ricky Padilla hanging out with WWE's own Edge.
But the very first match, I started dribbling. I was like, no,
Not
because I was
today.
afraid I was gonna walk out like half the people would be
Gone,
gone, just
yeah.
soaked, right? But so that was a lot of fun for me because I grew up wanting to do this. So the main event, WrestleMania, I mean that's
Huge.
like winning the MVP in the Super Bowl
Yeah.
for me, you know.
Of course.
So my arms were numb as I was walking to the ring. I had to
Yeah.
get the feeling back into them because I was so amped up.
That's good. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. What else? You know, my favorite part, besides watching you guys, when Ric Flair left there. Man, I'm not an emotional dude, but that dude had me with my eyes watered. I'm like, Jesus.
Couldn't help it. It was a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it really was. And that's when what we do works best is when it's like a mini movie out there. Because you get invested in these guys, man. You've seen him wrestling for what, 35
so many years?
years? Yeah. And you're seeing his last match. That's emotional stuff because you
Big
know
time.
that's his life.
How was it behind the scenes? Were you
Same
guys
way.
all
Same way, man. I mean, everybody was there waiting for him.
Yeah.
Just to give him a hug and
Wow.
give him, you know, kind of a tip of the hat because
Right.
everybody respects him so
Salute,
much,
yeah.
man. It's Ric Flair.
That's crazy. Now, do you think you're gonna last that long? How
Hell
do you
no.
see yourself?
Hell
No?
no. No, there's no way I could.
Yeah?
I don't know how he did it. I really don't. At 34, I know how I feel, and I think
You're 34?
Yeah,
Wow, I would never guess that.
yeah. And I don't feel it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how he did that, and more power to him. I think he's kind of a one of a kind in that respect.
Wow.
Because he did it night in, night out for all those years. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like he'd go here and there.
You see
Man,
the black
he
and
was-
whites with Ric Flair. When they do the cuts off.
Yeah.
That's how long you know he's been wrestling.
Yeah, you would. You really
Yeah.
would, man. I thought about it. I was like, I wasn't born when he started.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
So there's no way I could ever fathom doing it for that long and doing it as good as he did for that long too.
You better do it, my man.
Phew.
Yeah. You gonna have me crying one day.
I need some partners to tag out to, I think, because. But you never know. Who knows?
All right. Well, I know I'm not going to keep you because I know you're on vacation. Thank you for stopping by the show. Real quick, once again, what's going on? Everything's changing over now. We need to let them know.
Smackdown is going to My 65, October 3rd. We're showing a WrestleMania kind of recap when we had it here in Orlando. And then October 4th will be the debut of Smackdown. Like I said, all three champions in one match against each other. And that'll be October 4th on My 65.
Cool. You heard it from Ed. He's hanging out. He's out the door. You got a MySpace page? Anything that anybody, your fans want to get in contact
I
with you?
do have a MySpace. I
Yeah.
just I
Not
never
on it,
think
have
of
you?
that stuff.
Yeah.
It's,
You got a lot of fans out here.
MySpace.com/TheReal_Rated R Superstar.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, hit him up, talk to him. He replies to all his notes, people. All right? You know who we are. Orlando's official #1 for hip-hop and R&B. It's 102 Jams. My brother.
Cool, man.
I won't
Thank
keep
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.